What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Brothers, I just really want to talk about dummies.
Bruh.
And what idiots say. Okay? Now, and I'm talking about one of the biggest dummies out there on the internet, which is Kevin Hunter. And I did a video the other day about, him complaining about being fired from the Wendy Williams production cast and stuff like that. But what I want to deal with is some things that he said about his, him not regretting cheating on his wife with his baby mama. Okay. Now he lost the bag and he admits that he did wrong, but he doesn't take it back. Now, I'm not even going to waste my time playing the clip, but I want to talk about that because it's important. You had a wife for 20 years, brother. Okay. You say that your wife, as dusty as Wendy Williams is, and I understand that you probably hated living with her because I can look at her and tell that she is a fucking headache. But you went out and you got a woman that was broke and you got her pregnant. You messed up your marriage. And then you can take your behind on Instagram, and what you can say with your dumb ass is that you don't regret it. You got her pregnant and she wanted an abortion. You said no, and you're still with her. That can only tell me one thing, Mr. Kevin Hunter. Wendy Williams drove you into stupidity, according to you. See, and I know what the guy is trying to say without saying it, because he's a man enough to admit his problems, but he's not man enough to admit he was in a miserable relationship. He was in a terrible relationship. And if it cost him getting broke up for or whatever, he was willing to take any out. And let me just tell you this. He ain't the only man that feels like that. Okay? You got a lot of guys, and even though it don't make sense, he said he's sorry for who he hurt, but he don't apologize, meaning that if I could do it over again, I would, because I'm going to tell you what it is. It's a lot of black men in relationships that they will take any way out. Even if it's contradicting themselves, even if it's lying, even if it's cheating, even if it's doing the wrong thing, lacking integrity, any way to get out. But let me just tell you this, right? Here's what happens when you get into bad relationships. And I want to tell men, there are many different guys out there that can get into bad ones. You can be a provider and get into a bad one. But I'm going to tell you what's a great way to do it. Getting with a woman who is more successful and has more than you and don't respect you. And then if you stay with her for many years and she knows that you have what you have because of her, it's a good way to putting yourself into being a boy. And Wendy Williams made him feel like a little boy. And the reason why he is saying, I don't regret it, because the younger woman made him feel like he was more of a man. And so my question is to Kevin, why did you get with her in the first place when you knew you were a beta male to her? Did you think it was going to change? And see, here's a problem with a lot of guys, especially when you come from the urban community. You have a woman that's very ambitious, a woman that's very professional, a woman that has thought all her life. You think, listen to what I'm saying. You think that because your D is so good, you're so important, you're so great, that woman now, listen to what I'm saying, that woman now is going to all of a sudden just be so mesmerized by you. I want to tell you something, my friend. You are not that important. I know you feel that you are. You are not. Okay? that woman is going to look at you, all right, and be like, you know what? I'm doing better than him. I got more hustle than him. I have more of this and that than him. You know what? He is nobody to be respected. I'm going to do what I want to do. Okay. So then there you go. So then I don't want to hear. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't want to hear you talking okay? When you get your ass dusted up. I don't want to hear it because you knew you were going in as a beta male. She didn't respect you. And you know how it is in the black community. You're a guy who earns less. You have a woman that is a very dominating personality, has a very aggressive personality, very similar to the head of a female hyena clan member or something like that. You know how they're the matriarch of the family. You get into that and then you feel like you're not a man anymore. Guess what? It's better to be happy and to be a man than to be with somebody that has a lot of money and then you're playing a little bit in a relationship. That's why he don't regret it. You shouldn't have got with her. Okay? In life, it is so short. The one thing that I know, being 40, one, I love being a man. Two, I'm not going to compromise me being a man for nobody. I'm not. I love being a man. This is what God called me to be. All right? So since that's what God called me to be, it's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my goddamn life. I'm going to lead in whatever I do. And if you're a woman and you don't like no man to be trying to lead the relationship, then I'm not going to put myself in a situation. But no, I'm not going to be agreeing to be in a beta male situation. And all of a sudden, you know what? Damn, well, why don't you let me lead? That's how you get a lot of these guys. So then you start getting the dictating to the sexist marriages happening. And, all of a sudden you're not getting no affection no more. And she stops. So you go out there and find it from somewhere else. Let me tell you this. A lot of that can be fixed, brothers. If the woman don't want to do what you asked her to do or what you agreed for her to do, don't wait 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 years down the line. Get her ass up out of there right now. Why are you waiting? Stop waiting. Get out of there right now. A lot of black men are waiting for what don't need to be waited on. Out now. Okay? You don't want to be dealing with, you stop doing what you do? Okay, the relationship's over. Don't drag it on. Some guys are dragging it on for years at a time. You're dragging it on for months at a time. What do you expect to get out of that? You get misery. Then you're going to come out and say, oh, well, I don't regret cheating on her. That's because you've been miserable for her for so long. You so tired of her, it don't make no goddamn sense. That's why. That's why. You tired of her. And I get it. I get you tired of her. Fine. You won't get nothing, no problems from me. I understand it. But it don't make it right. You should have checked that shit up from the gate, player, and not let it get to that point. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Chunk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.